Nigerians can't wait to see what the D Tigers will be doing as they be ready to prosecute their qualifier. The FIBA qualifiers are becoming up in Cote d'Ivoire. Welcoming you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We'll be starting on that particular story, talking about the Nigerian D Tigers. Right now, they've been ranked fifth in the power ranking coming from FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Well, ahead of the qualifier that will be coming in Cote d'Ivoire, precisely in Abidjan. 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifier, D Tigers ranked fifth in FIBA ranking. Well, from the way it is, we have South Sudan, Tunisia all ahead. But right now, our boys, or rather our men, they are ready to make sure they qualify. If you look at 2019, what happened as they lost woefully against Cote d'Ivoire, that should not happen now. The guys just have to get their acts together as they prosecute the qualifiers to qualify for the FIBA competition that will be coming up later. But right now, the way it is, they just have to up their game. They'll be facing a lot of tough teams, but they can do it. Well, I have in the studio, gentlemen, I have Abdullahi Kabiru. Good to have you.
Great to be here.
I have Ibrahim Yusuf.
Always a pleasure.
Good one. Now, starting with this particular one, although this is not the normal ranking. These are the countries that will be playing in the competition, and now they call it power ranking. We are fifth. If you look at it, really, I wasn't even expecting fifth due to all the issues that affected our basketball. But right now, the Nigeria D Tigers, that's our men basketball team, will be playing in the qualifier that will be coming up in Cote d'Ivoire. But the main thing is that they have invited 15 players. They are ready for this, and they want to turn things around. Cote d'Ivoire defeated us in 2019 thereabout. That was about 76-46. It was a very bad outing for Team Nigeria. That's the Tigers, because we are, at least when you look at basketball in Africa, in fact, I can say, if not the best, we are one of the best. But lately, our basketball went nosedive, and now it's coming back to life.
Well, you see, the problem is it all boils down to the way we take care of our players, the way we handle our players. We have amazing basketball players. I mean, like fantastic ones. They represent Nigeria. They're actually part of the Tigers. Not even talking about those that have run away and are representing other countries. We have amazing players when it comes to basketball. I think when you're talking about national sports and you talk about football in Nigeria, the next thing that should come to your mind is basketball, because that is where we have amazing players that actually have gone to the NBA and they're doing their business right there. But most of them are not talking, are not feeling, and are not being taken care of the way they are supposed to be taken care of. When this thing happened in basketball and we said that we have been suspended, our basketball has been suspended, we're not going to take part in international competitions or anything like that, it was a real scandal. And even some of those players said they were not going to play basketball for Nigeria again. So it's a mentality issue. So can these players actually right now come and get the right mentality to be able to say, okay, fine, we are here and we are going to represent this country with everything that we have? Because really, they don't feel as if they are being taken care of. They don't feel as if they are being treated the way they are supposed to be treated. And that is how we have a problem with our basketball. It's not a question of talent. Just like you said, when we're talking about basketball in Africa, if you're not actually the best, we should be in the top 2, top 3 when it comes to basketball in Africa because of the talent that we actually have. But are these players well taken care of? Do they feel as if their country really believes in them? At one point, we said we were not going to partake in any basketball tournaments anymore. Lots of these players said that they were not going to represent Nigeria anymore. Do they have the right mentality coming into this? We hope they do, and we hope that they can actually get back to where they're supposed to get and bring our basketball, take our basketball where we're supposed to get it. Imagine if we had all these players that we have right now representing other countries, Nigerian players that are representing other countries. Imagine if we had them in the Tigers. Imagine the kind of damage that we'll be able to do. So it's not a question of us not having the talent. We do have the talent, and we do have the players to actually do this. It's just the administration and the will to actually put these players to do the right thing. That is what we're lacking.
And I don't know, basketball isn't really seen as a sport as well, as not as seen and as celebrated as football in Nigeria. I feel like it's still developing in a way. Even the viewership, like you can't really name 5 basketball. The average Nigerian can't name 5 basketball players. So I still feel like in that way we need to maybe make it more popular, maybe widespread, and the investment too should be more focused on basketball. But yeah, like you said, multiple Nigerian players, some are playing the NBA, some even didn't grow up in Nigeria, like of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Imagine if you grew up in Nigeria, this is one of the best NBA players right now.
And he has 2 brothers.
Yeah, he has 2 brothers as well. So
So
And you can look at Victor Oladipo.
And exactly, you can imagine we have a lot of them in Emeka Okafor. These are guys that are actually doing fantastic for other countries. You know, if we had had these kind of players, I mean, like since the days of Hakeem the Dream, we've been exporting a lot of players, playing for other countries and winning. So just like you said, basketball is not celebrated that much because we have not been winning. If we had been winning, then a lot of people would have been able to pick more interest when it comes to basketball because it's a simple game to play. And we have a lot of basketball talents, lots of grassroots basketball being played here and there because it's very easy. All you need is a hoop and a ball and you're in business. So I think it's an easy one for us to develop. He talked about something very, very important, investment. That is something that we need the investment. Let's invest in this thing. Have a solid basketball league. And before you know it, all these talents will come out from the cracks.
Good one there. Let's look at the FIBA power ranking, the qualifier, before the qualifier starts. Quickly, we have South Sudan as #1 there in the power rankings. You have Tunisia, Cote d'Ivoire, the host nation, Egypt, Nigeria, we are there, #5. On the law, Cape Verde, Angola, Senegal, DR Congo, Uganda, you have Cameroon and Guinea all set for this particular qualifier. Well, FIBA World Cup qualifiers, window 4. This is window 4 African qualifiers coming up in Cote d'Ivoire, and we hope that they will be able to do well, at least qualify, even though the administrators still did not help matters. They just they've been fighting all this while, two factional president, all of that. Before Nigeria actually withdrew its services from basketball. Well, now we are back after the federal government resigned the decision not to go away from basketball. But we just saw that the dunk and slam sport can be revived to that enviable height. We really need to make this sport a very, very formidable one. Looking at the stars that Nigeria produce every year, every time, going to the United States of America or other countries to play basketball, and really, we cannot find them here in Nigeria representing us. Aside that, the home league, talking about the basketball league in Nigeria, is nothing to write home about. We have to get it right by making sure both ladies and the men enjoy the dunk and slam. So we've been talking about this particular topic where Nigeria will play in the FIBA African qualifiers and becoming up Cote d'Ivoire precisely in Abidjan. Now let's go football as we talk about Nigeria also. But this time around they'll be facing the Desert Forces of Algeria. That match will be coming up in September, and well, that will be a FIFA window. We need to get our acts together since Eagles crashed out from the World Cup. It has been one story or the other, but now let's see how they can get their acts, even though they play some friendlies rather. But right now they'll be playing an African friendly against Algeria, and we know how strong the North Africans are anytime they are playing against the Eagles of Nigeria. So right now we have a friendly against Algeria, and expectantly, hopefully, maybe they can use this to at least get their shape, get themselves in shape ahead of any competition that will be coming up.
Yeah, well, I think the next possible thing that we have going for us is the AFCON qualifiers.
Yes.
So I think it's a good way for them to get their acts together, playing an African country, a very strong African country as well. So not making it to the World Cup, we still haven't gotten over that disappointment.
Very painful.
We really haven't gotten over that disappointment yet, because I mean, like other countries are gearing up for the World Cup, trying to prepare, fine-tune for the World Cup, and we're just playing this friendly.
It looks like as if Nigeria is not even part of the competition anymore, just because we don't have that feeling.
Exactly.
You know, that feeling.
You understand? Even you, when you talked about this friendly, you just talked about it. Yeah,
just to at least.
Let's just see the Eagles play something. You understand? There's no enthusiasm when it comes to it, because had it been this was a friendly leading to the World Cup, I mean, like we would have
by now, I'm sure we have like 4 or 5
we would have been
friendlies lined up.
Exactly. We would be looking at it with so much interest, because it's going to give us an opportunity to see how we're going to do in the World Cup. But now it's just, oh yeah, there's the Eagles, let them play, and let's hope they don't get beat. But even if they get beat, and nobody's going to raise any eyebrows, because right now we have come to expect so less from the Super Eagles, so much less from them, and it's not the way it's supposed to be. Before then, when Eagles are playing, everybody is excited, because you know you're going to see amazing football, you're going to see great goals, and see fantastic players that are going there to leave it all on the line for the country. Unfortunately, that's not what we have right now. What we have right now is a bunch of guys that are so self-entitled, and they feel as if they're doing us a favor by playing for us.
But I think on a more like positive note, I think it's a good opportunity like to assess our progress like since the disappointment of the World
What
Cup.
progress have we made? Have we made any progress?
As in with the changes in the back.
Well, to assess our retrogression, to see how far we have regressed, maybe.
But against Algeria, I think it's a good team like to test ourselves to really see, okay, have these guys made progress since obviously the World Cup and the changes, the NFF, everything that you've brought. Okay, let's see you against the top African team. Because Algeria as well, they're in decline as well, relatively. So I feel it should be a good chance to see what we have.
Honestly, personally, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm personally not looking forward
right
to
from
it.
time you are not in Nigeria. You are from Congo. I remember. Now I even remember.
Actually, I even went to Cape Verde at one point. I'm on loan.
Yes, you are on loan.
I'm on
Just go
loan
back
there.
to
I'm on loan for the rest of the season.
Your tortilla club.
I'm on loan for the rest of the season.
We'll be having a good time in the studio talking about sporting stories across the world. Now Nigeria to face Algeria in a friendly by September, and that will be nice. At least let's see what the Eagles will be offering in although a friendly, but it will be nice to fight soon, just like Ibrahim and Yusuf Arada and Kabir actually mentioned, that we just used to fine-tune our team and see how better they are together. For a long time now that Nigerians have been looking at Super Eagles with one kind of eye, that really they've not given us that particular icing on the cake that I really want. It has been very, very bleak when it comes to the senior men's team. Right now, Nigerians are not really too happy. When you mention Super Eagles, it's just like a kind of a cold shoulder mentioning. Well, we hope that they will get their acts together, and whoever is given the opportunity to represent Nigeria there will be able to showcase their talent. I see it as a very great privilege to don the color of green, white, green on their on their body. Now, quickly, we move straight to EFL. That's EFL English Football League Cup that will be coming up tonight. Well, matches will be coming up. Let's look at the fixtures that will be played. Well, Barnsley against Leeds United. I hope Leeds United are ready not to go the way Fulham did. Tranmere Rovers, Newcastle United, Forest Green Rovers, Brighton. You have Wycombe Wanderers. You have Bristol City. Well, 4 matches that we just picked to talk about. Leeds United, I remember the death with Chelsea. And now, looking at what happened between Fulham and Crawley. They should not underrate this particular Barnsley or thereabout. They have to be very careful.
Well, definitely going into a cup game, you really
can't predict who wins.
You can't predict, because the lower league players, the lower league teams actually come with their A game, because they know this is an opportunity, a very rare opportunity to play, for them to play in stadiums that, even though Leeds United, they've just been out of the wilderness for like a season or so they still probably would have that kind of mentality as well. But it gives those lower league teams the opportunity to go and play with these great players in great stadiums.
I have that feelings too.
And have them too. You'll be amazed, you'll be surprised of how galvanized these guys actually are to go out there and do the business. You know, so that's why we're not really surprised when we see some results that come up when it comes to this, or when it comes to these cup games. So I think Leeds United walking a tightrope. Newcastle, they can also get surprised, because Tranmere Rovers can actually do something. Forest Green against Brighton Hove, and of course Wycombe Wanderers against Bristol. That is something that that is one game that is
balanced. I would say it's balanced.
It's kind of even. But Bristol City, they used to be an amazing team back in the day.
Of course.
Yeah,
Bristol City,
exactly.
When you look at that club, I still remember one particular Nigerian that played for them now. He made that team popular in Nigeria. You know, then in Nigeria plays for a club, and you'd be like, okay, this club, you begin to follow the club just because of that Nigerian.
Exactly. They used to be very big back in the days, and they seem to have declined because due to one reason or the other. But I think it's a good offering that we can actually, and we look forward to seeing 1 or 2 upsets.
Yeah, and the players as well, they can use the opportunity to advertise themselves. You know, some of these lower league players, if you look at some of the players that have come through from League Cup matches, Dele Alli, remember MK Dons many years ago. That was
before he moved up to EPL.
Came to, because everyone was looking at who's this guy. I think they beat United. Is it 4-0?
Yes, they defeated United.
There's another young lad, I can't remember his name, but yeah, he did very well as well in the EFL Cup. So this is a good opportunity, and for teams that are coming up like Newcastle, like this is EFL Cup. If they can use this to go far or possibly win the competition, they could really announce themselves, okay, they've arrived, like they mean business. Because if you remember the game against City in the weekend, they could have beaten Man City. So should we even though they might be upsets, but for Newcastle, I feel they should win convincingly.
You are underrating Tremere Rovers at
Yeah,
your
well,
peril.
definitely on paper.
Because
definitely on
nobody
paper.
believed Fulham could be beat. Just look at what happened just yesterday.
Exactly. So it's
upsets.
on paper, it's actually there. It's a given that these teams that we just analyzed right now will win, and we're just hoping as neutrals. And this is what we would like to see. That's why we're in love with football, because of these kind of things. So as neutrals, we would like to see things like that. But just like you said, for a team like Newcastle, they have all the money now. You understand? They feel that they are on their way to becoming the big boys. If they can be able to get a League Cup win this year,
propel them.
They'll make a very big statement. You understand? Nobody's expecting them to go out there and win the Premiership, you know. But the League Cup, the FA Cup, these are opportunities for them to actually announce themselves on the stage. Okay, it's not about that we have the cash and we've splashed it and we've got all these players. It's an opportunity for them to make a statement as well. So I think if Eddie Howe has the football brain that we think he does, and of course has one eye on developing that football club, I think he will take this very seriously.
Now, looking at the fact that we'll be talking EFL Cup fixtures that will be coming up tonight. Well, matches will be on. We just expect something from EPL to show their class, that they are really senior compared to all the teams they are facing. But football can never be so sure. Anything can happen. Now, we go to UEFA Champions League qualifying series. Well, some matches will also be coming up. Let's look at those fixtures. Bodo Glimt against the Croatia team, Dynamo Zagreb, PSV Eindhoven from Netherlands. They'll be playing against Rangers of Scotland, FC Copenhagen from Denmark, away to Trabzonspor. That will be a big one there. Well, that match, Trabzonspor from Turkey, they'll be hosting FC Copenhagen, and I look forward to that particular match. I want to see what will Copenhagen be doing. Now, Kabiru, this match is, although it's the qualifying fixtures, we've seen some clubs playing just yesterday. They've done their own best. But Trabzonspor, Copenhagen, Dynamo Zagreb, these are things that they are regular. You can even call them perennial Champions League makeup teams. They will always be there, but they got beat early at the early stage and they're out.
And then they go back to Europa League if they're lucky, and then do one or two things.
Yeah, you know, these teams that are regulars in the Champions League always come through, develop young players. I think the one I'm looking forward to the most, PSV against Rangers, is this particular player.
That's another big match.
Yeah, Cody Gakpo, Manchester United are after him. So I want to see what the hype is about regarding that player. But these teams, Rangers as well, with the manager Van Bronckhorst. So let me see
what will he be offering.
What he will be offering. Maybe playing, you know, the Dutch style of football. So
and he knows, since he's from Netherlands, he knows that okay, PSV Eindhoven will come with their style. He knows what they can do, and now let's see if he can at least instill that same attitude to the players that will be facing PSV.
Yes, exactly. That's the kind of game that they'll be bringing, because just like we earlier alluded to, PSV, they're regulars in the Champions League. They usually go there, and it's mostly, unlike Dynamo and maybe Trabzonspor or even Rangers, they don't just go there to make up the numbers. They actually have had a lot of good players come through, a lot of very strong teams back in the days. Yes, they're experiencing a bit of a lull right now, but they're still, PSV is still PSV. And on paper, when you hear PSV versus Rangers, you know what to expect. It's going to be fireworks. So I think it's
Van Nistelrooy is their coach. If I'm not mistaken.
You understand? So you understand? Well, Van Bronckhorst. So you see, it's like a Dutch derby. So it's a very good game that we look forward to.
Now we'll be expecting Van Bronckhorst versus Van Nistelrooy. The two Van. Let's see who packed the truck.
Exactly. Who's going to come with the real van?
So are you packing the van or are you packing the balls? Let's see. The match will be coming up. PSV Eindhoven versus Rangers in the UEFA qualifying fixtures for tonight. We'll be looking at that. Well, Ibrahim and Kabiru have been talking concerning the matches. It's going to be a big one there to see Van Bronckhorst, a former legend when it comes to football. He did so well. He was with Barcelona. You remember Van Nistelrooy with Manchester United, what he did. Right now, the two of them, they'll be facing themselves, and we want to see what Trabzonspor will also be doing against FC Copenhagen of Denmark. Looking at different matches coming off in the UEFA fixtures there. Now, let's go transfer. As we look at the matches coming up, let's look at players moving from one place to the other. We start with West Ham in London. West Ham United completes £15 million signing of Emerson Palmieri from Chelsea. Well, a good one for them. I would rather actually call this a good one for West Ham, getting him for 15. Are they actually 13 million plus add-ons, making it 15 million? And now the man has finally moved.
Yes, Emerson he's a good player. Defensively, a bit dodgy. Yeah, but going forward, very offensive. So I think if you're playing with a three-man defense, if you're playing with three at the back and you need a right. A left, sorry, you need a left wing back. I think Emerson comes in very strongly. Yes, exactly, as a left wing back, because I think he's very good going forward. Defensively, he's still a bit dodgy and has things to work out. So when you're playing with a back four, that's going to be a problem. But if you have a back three, I think it's a very good addition. So I think it's a very good one for West Ham, and considering the price, you know, 15 million is really not bad when you think about other players that were bought for.
It seems this season, West Ham really, they really surprised me with the kind of signing they've had. And right now, really, maybe last season spurred them into action, that they've seen that, okay, we can actually be among the top 8, top 6, and now they are turning that to real action.
Yeah, we've made some very good signings. With Kamaka, the striker from Italy, signed, and now Emerson. Even though I'm not too convinced, he's an average player, left back. Maybe at West Ham he would excel, because at Chelsea he never really cemented a place in the team. So I feel this is a good signing. You know, the West Ham have some very good players. Declan Rice, there's Lanzini. So they want to break into that top 6, and there's a good opportunity they might this season with some of the teams declining. Chelsea aren't doing too well, Manchester United. So West Ham, if they can go an extra level with the signings they've made, it should be a good season for them. David Moyes has really done well since he's gotten there. Unfortunately, they didn't get Lingard. He went to Nottingham Forest, which was a surprise. But they've made some very good signings, so they want to watch this season. I think no one wants to play West Ham this season.
Good one there. We've been talking about West Ham at least getting Emerson Palmieri from Chelsea, £15 million in the inclusive deal that involved West Ham and the player. Now let's go to the Goodies Impact. We talk about the player Anthony Gordon right now. He's really interested in moving to Chelsea. Why? Because he wants to play Champions League, and also for the World Cup. He wants to see his chances up there, because if he's able to move to Chelsea, there's a possibility that he will be playing Champions, and also he will be picked for the World Cup.
Well, I think this is a good deal for Everton. It's a good deal for Everton to make, because with the figures that are being bandied about, I mean, like in excess of 40 million, selling him for that price, I mean, like, it's absolutely fantastic, because he's not really a player that you say has caught the eye. I really don't know what Chelsea have seen. Maybe they've seen something that we don't.
Maybe because of this age, or
maybe they've seen something that we don't. But I've seen him play. We've seen him last season. We've seen him this season as well. I mean, like, he's not that
fantastic.
Exactly, that you're saying,
outstanding.
Okay, then you say that, all right, this is the kind of player that's going to make a difference.
A wonder kid.
And make a big splash like that. And for you to splash out that amount of money, I don't really see the reason behind it for Chelsea. Maybe they've seen something that we haven't, but I think it's a very good move for Everton if they can get the deal done. And if they, I believe they're even requesting for 1 or 2 other players to move to Everton in the other direction, you understand, plus the cash that they are going to get for Gordon. So I think it's a very good deal for them if they can get it off the line, but I don't know why Chelsea wants to sign him.
Honestly, I haven't been too.
But you remember, if Chelsea who actually came up that they want to sign Maguire, so who can take it?
Yeah, well, that has been they said it was an inquiry.
If they could actually did an inquiry about Harry Maguire.
And a lot of Manchester United, a lot of Manchester United fans were really excited.
Be happy.
They wanted that deal to go
for Anthony Gordon, it means he's worth it.
Is he?
No, you don't get me. You don't know actually. I'm trying to make a pass that if they could go for Harry Maguire, then going for Gordon at least.
But we don't know how much they were willing to offer for Maguire. Maybe it was like 2 or 3 million.
Seriously?
Yeah, maybe they wanted him to, or maybe they wanted him to terminate his contract with Manchester United so he can sign him on a free.
Okay, well, while we are doing that, let me take you on Barcelona. Yeah. Barcelona right now, they are keen on signing Hector Bellerin for a while. They've been pursuing him, but right now, they are still very keen. That's the last story on this story anyway. We'll be looking at that with Kabiru. For Hector Bellerin going to Barcelona, well, do you think this is a good move for him if he's going to work out?
Well, I think it's probably gamble was taking. You know, Bellerin, he came through the Barcelona ranks, academy, went to Arsenal at a very young age.
Real Betis and all
Real
that.
Betis on loan. He hasn't really worked out for him for a
stable.
few years. But I think Barcelona need a right back currently. They've been playing Araujo at right back. so they need to sign somebody to back up with the American guy Dest there. So I feel it should be a good signing. Barcelona really mean business this season, honestly, with the signings they're making. If they can push this through, they've literally signed defense, midfield, attack. They're ready to go for this season. Barcelona, I feel this should be watched out this season. They could probably win the treble. Maybe I'm going way ahead. But
that is if they can manage to register everybody.
Okay.
Because right now Kunde he's just training.
They are even saying maybe they could sell Kunde if it's not going to work.
Because he's just training right now.
I can imagine how Chelsea will be laughing if he's not registered.
They need to get rid of Memphis and Aubameyang.
Aubameyang in time.
Well, Chelsea will get Aubameyang, and while we were entering the studio, I saw that Man United actually interested in Memphis Depay.
Yeah, but the thing is, the sale of one will still not be able to.
They will sell. They will sell two.
They have to sell both of them.
Even three. De Jong, Aubameyang.
But De Jong has said he's not going anywhere.
He wants to leave.
De Jong said he's not going anywhere. Chelsea would have been a very good outlet because he doesn't want to go to Manchester United for some reason, and nobody else is coming for him. So I think if Chelsea can save,
help them,
they can help Barcelona. They can sign De Jong. They can sign Aubameyang.
And then Man United help them with Depay
with Memphis or Juventus. Exactly. So they can actually register Kunde and get Bellerin.
That would be nice. Looking at the fact that Barcelona, they have a chance if they are able to get rid of those three players, De Jong, Aubameyang, and also Memphis Depay. They can actually sign Kunde and also get Hector to join them. After all, they've been pursuing Hector for a while. That will be it as they live to run after Hector. Well, Ibrahim Yusuf, Kabiru, thank you very much on the show.
Always nice to be here.
Good one, even though you're from Congo.
Yes.
Good one there. We've been talking sport on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.